The Asian house is not open. They will be tomorrow, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be thinking about them for catering. It's summer picnic time, and you don't want to be the guy that blows up the grill. You don't want to be that, you ever have, and then it takes forever the charcoal to come out. Or then, propane. Why does this meat taste like fuel? You know how it goes. And everybody starts eating a potato salad. Wait a minute. Oh, geez, you got mustard potato salad? And it just doesn't work. Everybody likes Chinese food. Why don't you check out goasianhouse.com and think about them for catering for your backyard party, that sort of thing. It's exotic. It's new. You really hit a home run right here. I like this. And Tom will take care of you. Mention my name, Marky Billson, Tri-City Sports Now, and 1420 WEMB Sports Radio. You'll get 10% off. Just go to goasianhouse.com and think of Asian House for catering, both Chinese and, of course, Japanese. That sort of, what is this, sushi? I've never had sushi. Let me try. Oh, this is good. I see why people like this. That's the way it'll go. Number 2, I want to tell you about, as I said, we are having more and more, we're the most liked sports radio station, 1420 WEMB Sports Radio on Facebook. If you missed this show and you want to watch it on archive, just go to the 1420 WEMB Sports Radio archives, and you can watch it. By the way, something else that I should tell you all about is that I've been posting on my own personal Instagram account. It's called Marky Billson Tennessee Sports, I believe is what I've changed my Instagram name to. The idea being when you do Tennessee sports, people who want to look for sports or Tennessee, they look for me, that's Marky Billson. So that's just sort of a trick to get more followers organically and all that. But anyway, on Instagram, posted up some videos and such, and these also got posted on our Facebook page, but they were for the 1420 WEMB Sports Radio. They were carried there, and for instance, I noticed 2 years ago we interviewed Larry Hunter, who passed away just 2 months after the interview that we did with him at Western Carolina. He was the Western Carolina coach, and yeah, we did one of his last interviews here. If not his last. I know he did do Harley Skeeter Swift's last interview, and you can watch that on YouTube, Marky Billson YouTube. But like us on Facebook, we're up to 1,500 likes now, and that is the most liked sports radio station on Facebook in the Tri-Cities market. And so, if you like us on Facebook, and today give us your favorite sports moment, you'll see where to do it. You'll be eligible to win 4 free tickets at Dollywood. Now, when I say that I have the best prizes in the market, I want you to consider that other competitors, they're giving away 2 Dollywood tickets. I'm letting you take the whole family. 4 Dollywood tickets. 1420 WEMB Sports Radio. Just give us your favorite sports moment, and you'll be able to go to Dollywood on us, possibly if we draw your name tomorrow. So that's how that goes. We got the NASCAR race. Next segment, I want to talk Vols. They've been expected to do, there's been a statistical formula that thinks they'll do quite well. I'm going to talk to you about that. I've been talking a lot about the USWNT. Not necessarily, oh, look, they need an offsides call to beat England. Oh, look, they needed a penalty kick to beat the Netherlands. Not necessarily that. But more what the team is symbolizing, what it stands for. And I think that could be sport. I think they'll change things. When I could not make an argument on why they weren't making as much as their male counterparts when the USW, what is the male team, what have they ever done? Meanwhile, the women's team wins World Cups, makes the country into a soccer country. They bring in more money since 2016. I mean, the fact that they're not making more money, you would not, it's ridiculous. You would not pay a salesman who brings in $1 million, the same that you would bring in for someone who brings in, I said 1,000 to make it obvious, but less than that. So why would you pay the women less when they bring in more money than the men? You wouldn't, unless there's something wrong. Well, they're getting that correct. More power to them. It's just that there is a meh to them. And I thought my friend John Krasinski, who we'll talk to you about at 1:15. Actually, I won't talk to you about him. I will actually be joined by him at 1:15 before SoCon John Hooper joins us to talk about the Southern Conference. I will be talking to you and to John about his recent column. He's a soccer writer, old friend of mine from Pittsburgh. He's got a website called Pittsburgh Soccer Now. I don't really expect people in East Tennessee to read it every day, but he's got a good column. And he compares Megan Rapinoe to Muhammad Ali. I think I made it to Charles Barkley, but these people, they become larger than life, maybe even larger than their sport. That's debatable. But do they help the sport, or do they become so polarizing that it's, I got something else to do? I'll go run errands, or read a book, or listen to music, or watch another sport. And I think that is what the risk of the USWNT is. Being so defiant, which is their right, it's distinctly American, it's also quite polarizing, especially around here. You can talk about Rapinoe the new Ali, fine. What's boxing been since Ali has been his prime? I will bet you that if you did an informal poll on Main Street, USA, let's say Roane Street in Johnson City, people don't necessarily walk down the street anymore, but you get the idea what I'm trying to say. On Market Street, Maine, you could probably find somebody walking downtown on one of those streets. If you stop the man in the street, maybe the man in the shopping mall, that sort of thing, and you asked him, who's the world's heavyweight champ in boxing? To tell you the truth off the top of my head, and I know they had a title fight here, and there was a fat man of Mexican descent who won it, and for the life of me, I can't think of his name, which tells you how far boxing has fallen in this country. I think a lot of people would say Mike Tyson is the heavyweight champ. It's the last one that's really had star appeal, heavyweight title, hasn't he? I mean, you can say Lennox Lewis, maybe, but he's the last one that's really had star power, in the heavyweight division at least. And really, where is boxing now? I mentioned this before. Did Ali become so polarizing that eventually I'm not paying $50 to watch these fights anymore? No. And I don't want to do... My son died at Vietnam, and he would not step forward. I'm not watching this. This team over here is profane. I don't like that. And certainly, in East Tennessee, where female sports have always been real big, look at the way the Tennessee Volunteers, Lady Vols I should say, have always carried themselves as compared to their competitors, if you will. That was the whole divide between Tennessee and Rutgers 10 years ago, right? Well, right now, the USWNT is taking on that, shall we say, Rutgers mode, different but similar. They'll have their supporters. They'll have plenty of detractors as well. And ultimately, it caps the interest of what is a growing sport in the country, much like the NBA does by being so political. Tell you about the Vols football season after this.